Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for joining me this evening, this day, wherever you guys are watching this. And if you are a part of the replay gang, leave a comment and let me know that you guys are there. Hashtag replay gang. So I hope everyone has had a great day, a great evening. And like I said, if you're part of the replay gang, I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening, day, afternoon, whenever you guys are watching this. So again, thank you for joining me today. And again, the shop is open, so I will leave links in the description bar. Don't forget to get your intention oil so you can start setting your intentions and manifesting the things that you desire and want and or need, whether that be love, money, releasing negative thinking, removing obstacles. I got an oil for it, even for pain relief. I do also have Reiki charged and fixed candles. You could check that out in the shop as well. Spiritual bath salts. And I do offer services. I offer Reiki services. And I also teach Reiki. So I will let you guys know when Reiki classes will be beginning. The next time I offer Reiki classes. And then just to let you guys know, there will be some changes to the tarot, the readings, and those will be posted by the weekend, if not Monday. So that will be over on my Instagram channel page. And if you guys are not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do so, because that's where all the announcements will be at, and all the new information about what's going on with the YouTube channel and the Instagram page as well. So excuse me, there will be a update on Instagram this weekend, no later than Monday, regarding the readings. And also to let you guys know, there might be some changes to Kiki Thursday. I know I took Kiki Thursday from every Thursday to every other Thursday, but I'm thinking that I might want to shake it up a little bit, because it does feel like that I'm just stating my own opinions regarding celebrity news, and it's starting to get a little bit mundane. So I will put a poll over on Instagram and see what people think about this idea of doing celebrity readings, tarot readings, every other week. We still may talk about some celebrity gossip, but the main focus will be a celebrity reading. So be on the lookout for that poll over on Instagram. And of course, the Instagram will be, all of our social medias will be listed in the description bar below. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, okay? I got a mouse for this computer, and lo and behold, didn't bring it up with it. So this jumped off this past weekend. We all know that Auntie Anita is finally on tour after 20 odd years, and now she's in another fight with Babyface. Evidently, Babyface or his representatives sued her some years ago, over some stuff. But now that they're touring together, for a couple of cities or whatever, and we know that he's written songs for so many people. It's crazy. And not even just for himself. He's written so many songs for so many people. But he also written songs for her. So it makes sense that he is on the tour. But now she pretty much kicked him off the tour. And it all boils down to what his title is on the tour. I guess his fans, and I'm just going to say his fans, possibly, I don't know if he thought he was a co-headliner along with Anita, or if his reps thought, his team thought that he would be a co-headliner. But to Auntie Anita, this is her show, and he's a special guest support on her show. So I guess what happened this past weekend on Monday was that he was asked, he was told that he wouldn't be going on due to some technical difficulties or whatever, and Anita would be being able, they was gonna fix whatever was going on and allow Anita to have her full set. And if they had waited and let Babyface go on, it would have interfered with her set. And he came out and said that, told his fans and his everybody that, hey, he was asked not to go on because of technical difficulties. They was trying to get some type of screen up or whatever. And I guess the fans didn't like it or whatever and started blaming Anita. And according to her, started, attacking her, cyberbullying her and whatnot. She even claims of, some threats against her life. And she has deemed Babyface fans as Kenny's crazies. These are her words. And it's just unfortunate to see this happening because these are two legends in the R&B music community. Absolute legends, absolute geniuses, highly respected, and they're like at odds with each other. And it's just sad to see because they make beautiful music together. Anybody that teams up with, and it's not like Anita teams up with many people and during her career. She didn't team up with many people, and if she did, it was like for a special reason, because she, it wasn't because you was the hot thing at the time. It was reasons. So this team was beautiful. Them supporting each other was beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't have been attending any of her concerts because money, tickets cost. She's, that's her tickets was like, a lot of money. I ain't got time for it. But it's just unfortunate to see them being at odds with each other. And some people are saying that Anita is wrong and she needs to apologize to Babyface and this, that, and other. Babyface is pretty much, from what I'm gathering, he's taking the high road. He just he's like, I'm too old for this. It is what it is, whatever. I'm moving on. I wish you the best. Even Tank chimed in and was like, you need to apologize to Babyface and this, that, and other. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Should Anita apologize to Babyface for how things went down, or is this really going to affect the rest of her tour, because she's not going to have Babyface? And if there will be any other special guests, I'm using air quotes because of course she ain't trying to co-headline with nobody because it's her show. But is this really going to affect the rest of her show, moving forward? Because I mean, this woman hasn't toured in 20 odd years, and there's been a lot of Anita Baker fans. I'm from Detroit. She's from Detroit. She's, highly respected in Detroit. Yeah, she might be a little woo-woo in the head or whatever, but this Auntie Anita. I went to the same elementary school as her, the same middle school as her, and yeah, I got tired of hearing her name, but I didn't get tired of hearing her music, But so I have a small bias towards Anita, but there should have been some type of better communication between the two stars. Cause if there's any type of slight, and maybe both teams wasn't talking to each other, and then that further broke down the communication between Babyface and Anita, Maybe Anita's team didn't tell her everything that was going down, but fans is gonna be fans. Because we all know how the Beehive is. We all know how Nicki Minaj, the Barbs are. We know how Cardi's fans are. The Swifties. We all know how fans can be. And Babyface fans went after Anita. Were they wrong? I don't know. Were threats made? I ain't do a deep dive into that. She's accusing them of threatening her life. But to me, it's just unfortunate that things went down the way that they did. And I think that it didn't have to go down the way that it did if it was communicated better. Babyface thinking that it was technical difficulties. They couldn't get the show back up. It doesn't sound like he had any beef with it. Technical difficulties happen. And maybe that should have been relayed to the concert goers, to the public. Like, hey, okay, Babyface was slated to perform ahead of Anita Baker, but due to technical difficulties, we had to, for time sake, for time purposes, his set had to be removed to allow Anita to present her show the way that it should be presented in a full set. So I'm just looking at it as, in the long run, how is this little scandal, because it's pretty much a scandal, how is this going to affect her tour moving forward? Is all the other people that's going, was he supposed to be on the entire tour? Is she just going to move forward with just her now and that's it? Or is there going to be special guests coming on when she get to these other cities? I don't know. I didn't look to see who was going to be performing alongside her or, being a special guest. Because to me, this is like a variety, not variety show, but it's like, but kind of, sort of, but like a live version of it. You're paying to go to a concert and you're going to get a whole experience because this is Anita. People have been waiting 20 plus years to see Anita Baker in concert. I mean, people have been waiting that dang on long, because she was like one of the major voices of the 80s and early 90s. She was Toni Braxton before Toni Braxton knew she was Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton when Toni came out, everybody was like, oh, she sound like Anita, but she don't sound like Anita. If you know, you know. But I think Toni kind of was heavily influenced by Anita Baker, because that's who we heard growing up. Beautiful songstress, beautiful song, beautiful voice. But I'm just disheartened to see this happen. And she's saying that Live Nation, that is probably behind the tour, is taking full responsibility of what was going on with the technical difficulties and whatnot. So she said she did her job. She went on stage and did her job, and that was it. So she's moving forward without, Babyface, and it's just sad because this was just like hearing two angels singing together. You got Anita and Babyface, and Babyface has not made something that was a flop, not to my knowledge. So, and he made me wear suspenders back in the day when I discovered Babyface. I was in love with him. He came out with This Is For The Cool in You. I was just like, baby. I could still see Steve Urkel in that white suit on Family Matters when he was Stefan and dancing with Laura to This Is For The Cool in You. Yeah. Just saying. And when back in the day when I first found out Babyface, my song was Whip-a-Pill. That was my joint. But I'm saying all that to say that these two legends shouldn't be beefing like this. Some people are saying that, you know, she maybe Anita is being a little mental or bipolar or whatever. I don't know if she is or not, but these are allegations that's going out. I don't know this woman's medical history, and I don't care to know. None of my business. But it's just sad to see two legends beefing like this, and we just have to wait and see what happens now with the rest of her tour, because it might, I don't know if this is going to really be if this is going to affect the rest of her tour, her money, because you know, back in the day when she went through her divorce and everything like that, there was some money issues there. Her and her husband used to own a pancake house here in Detroit called IHOP, and it wasn't all that. I went once or twice. My best friend used to work there. Just no. Just no. It was not a place for you to go. I went to every other IHOP but that one again. But I'm saying all that to say that it's just sad that this has happened, and I hope that they can reconcile their relationship, at least professionally, because they do make beautiful music together, and it'll be nice to hear them make more music together. But dude, we'll just have to see what happens. We really do. We just have to see what happens. Okay, moving on. Now this dude, we talked about him some time ago because he was caught again with brandishing a firearm, and for the second time, and the man ain't learned no lesson. I wish he did, but he didn't. And now they came out. The Grizzlies finally came out, because the first time he brandished the gun, he had like a 8-game suspension, and he was going through Reiki treatments, getting therapy, doing his damage control. And there was some high hopes there because he immediately started doing his damage control. So I'm sitting up here like this, like, okay, well, there's some hope here. Hopefully he'll learn his bloody lesson. Obviously he didn't. So now he has been suspended, for the entire 2023-2024 season. And he brought this on himself. He really has brought this on himself. He really has brought this on himself. And it could go even further, because depending on what his contract is, his contract going to be up at the end of 2024? They may try and release him from his contract. They might trade him. Anything could happen to him now, because this is the second time that he's been, caught doing the same thing. And dude need to really learn his lesson, because it's just crazy that he didn't learn it from the first time. Okay, so it looks like that he may or he may not be suspended for an entire year. But as far as I'm concerned, dude, it's probably still on the table if he's not suspended for the whole year. So evidently, I retract that he has not been suspended for the entire 2023-2024 season, but it might still be on the table. It's probably something that they are discussing because he first got an 8-day suspension. What's going to be next? Because now he done did the same thing again. And his sister, I think his sister is just now going to some prominent college for basketball herself. So this might kind of like affect her as well. Just as an innocent bystander, because that team is going to be looking at her like, dude, your brother is like this. What about you? Because she's very passionate about the game as well. So, I mean, it's not, Ja needs to realize that it's not just him it's not just him and his career that he's risking. It's his family. Because I'm pretty sure as a high profile basketball player, he's probably taking care of them. I'm just saying, he's probably taking care of them. His sister is getting recognized because she's his sister. And not saying that she don't have talent, because I'm pretty sure they play ball together. And he's been teaching her and coaching her. And this is his younger sister. But I'm just saying, he needs to really be thinking about things. So, irregardless of what's going to happen to him next, he needs to have a serious sit down with himself, or come to a higher power moment with himself, and get his stuff together, because he's risking his career. And it's just sad that he's willing to risk his career for stupidity, for stupid actions. So, no, I don't think this man has been completely suspended. But if he hasn't been suspended, it's more than likely on the table, because they gotta do something. They can't just let him off the hook, because they pretty much gave him a slap on the wrist the first time, but with the 8-game suspension. Now he could get more, or he could be traded. He's running a high risk because of his own stupidity. It's just sad that he's risking his career for that. So yeah, so if he hasn't already been suspended for the season, it's pretty much likely that he will have a significant suspension coming. If not, be traded in the near future. Because, I mean, the franchise that he's representing, he's a risk. He's a high risk. He's a high risk because he's a hothead. He's proven to be a hothead. And is that a risk that the Memphis Grizzlies want to continue to have on their team? I mean, look, I lived through the bad boy era of the Pistons. And that's when they was all out having, excuse me, fights, like full on fights, not this fake fighting we seeing on the court now. These people back then was fighting. They was scrapping like it was on the playground. That was street. They was playing street ball professionally. Just saying. So I went through the 80s watching the bad boys. The real bad boys. And if they was playing now, none of them would be on the team, because they would forever be getting kicked out of games and then suspended and locked up for the stuff that was happening on that court. Hence why Jordan didn't like playing Detroit. He did not like playing Detroit back then. I can attest to that because I watched that. He did not like playing Detroit. It was too hard for him. And he never beat us. Never. And I say that with pride. So Ja Morant, he's risking his bloody career, and it'll be sad to see him what happen. Hopefully he can get things back on track, but he gonna have to put in the work and prove that he's worthy of that jersey. He's worthy of his fans, and he's worthy to play in the league. Because, dude, we might be seeing you in the D League somewhere, like in Greece or somewhere soon, overseas. Just saying. So keep Ja Morant y'all prayers, and that he get his stuff together. And here we go with Drumpf. Drumpf again was arrested. He turned himself in, booked, and all of that good stuff, because he got 37 more charges on him for taking all of those documents from the White House and hoarding them at Mar-a-Lago. Remember when Mar-a-Lago got raided? That was a beautiful day. When Mar-a-Lago got raided, because that was a raid. That was a straight FBI CIA raid. And they put all those documents, them boxes of files and documents that he was not even supposed to have, because he was an exiting president, and that's what he took when he left the White House. And not only those documents, did they ever find all those umpteen bust of Abraham Lincoln that he took, and countless of other things that he, priceless artifacts from the White House, like portraits and things? Did they ever find any of that when they raided the Mar-a-Lago? Just saying. But yeah, so he got, booked and charged, and all of that good stuff. So not only do he got the case in New York about Stormy Daniels, now he has this in Florida. Just saying. So if you didn't see my my tarot reading on Trump, I'll try and link that in the description bar below. But you guys could check that out, because I probably was over an hour, and we went deep and hard on Trump. We asked all the questions that we could possibly ask with the tarot cards. So yeah, and I know, I'm pretty sure that in that reading I said that more charges, with some more stuff is going to come up, and it may or may not hinder his chances to get back in the White House. But that ain't gonna stop him from trying. Just saying. So I'm not shocked that these charges is finally coming up and all of that. I'm expecting more to come up, because I think they still trying to get him for January the 6th. Please get him for January the 6th, and not just Stormy Daniels and the documents. Get him for January 6th as well. Please do. And did y'all know that Pence was throwing his hat in for the presidency as well? Lord Jesus. I'm going to be kicking out some tarot readings soon. Trust me. Because I need to know what's going on. And I think it's a Kennedy trying to throw his hat in the ring as well. So I got a request on that as well. So, but I'm not shocked that Trump has more charges against him. And I expect more to come out on him. Whether or not he's going to go to jail, in my reading before, I didn't see jail to a certain degree, but for sure I'm going to do an update reading, because I need to know if anything is changing, and is the likelihood of him going to jail pending, because this man. And they also said that if he does get convicted, he can actually run. If he runs and get in, he could he could run the country from jail. God forbid this man getting back in office, because we know what them 4 years was like. But if he did, They were saying that he could run the country from jail, from his jail cell, if he get actually get convicted and sentenced. I mean, that's scary. That's scary. I mean, that's scary. That's scary to me. Scarier than the 4 years he already spent as being the president. So, if you guys want another reading on Trump, let me know in the comments. Also, be on the lookout for over on Instagram. I'm going to put a poll about the future of Kiki Thursdays. If you guys want to keep it being, we discuss topics, or to turn Kiki Thursday into like a celebrity tarot reading. I'll put that poll up by tomorrow on the Instagram page, and that link will also be in the description bar. I want to thank you guys for joining me this evening. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Again, thank you guys for watching this evening, and I will catch you in the next video. Good night, all.